Erudef University Institute of Applied Biodiversity Sciences is joining the world to celebrate the International Day of the Forest. Yeah, and of course, this day is celebrated every 21st of March worldwide, according to the United Nations. And do you know that every 22nd of March is the International Day for Water? Yeah, the world is celebrating water, and Erudef University Institute too is also celebrating those days. Do you know that there's life in the forest? Do you know that you could start a new career? Why not as a conservationist or study something that has to do with the forest and make a better living for yourself? I think that's what we are going to be discussing onto this platform of Erudef University Forum. Hello viewers, thank you so much for tuning again onto this wonderful episode of Erudef University Institute. This is a wonderful program that has got the best of what an environmental university can give you. It has the best of what career can give you and everything you know about the university. Today, I'm not going to be doing the show alone. I'm going to be co-hosting this show with another wonderful lady. She's a beautiful lady. She's also into, let's say, forestry. She's also into the environmental education. And with me here, I have Madame Marilyn. Madame Marilyn, thank you so much for tuning again. Thanks for coming. Thanks for co-hosting me with me onto this episode of the program.
It's always a pleasure for me to be here with you, and I'm sure today is going to be very exciting because we are going to get into details of so many careers which are not known worldwide as far as the environment is concerned. Thank you so much, Madam Favor, for the privilege.
It's indeed a privilege, and today, as I said in the introduction of the program, 21st of March, International Day of the Forest. Are you a forest girl?
Oh, yes, I am.
All right, we're going to know more about that maybe in the course of the program. And we have our wonderful special guest of this episode of the show. He is not new on screens, but I will say he's one of the best conservationists we have. One of the best scientists we have in Central Africa. When you meet him, you have the solution to everything about your environment. Today's episode, please join me meet our special guest of the show, Mr. Louis Kembi. He is the founder and the CEO of Erudef University Institute. Sir, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's always my pleasure.
We are happy to have you, and we hope that before the end of this episode, we are going to have a lot of lovers for the environment today.
Definitely. We look forward to that.
All right, sir. Okay, Madam Marilyn, we are celebrating 21st of March. We are celebrating International Day of the Forest, and the 22nd of March, we're celebrating the International Day of Water. And the theme of this year's International Day for Forest is leveraging forest and innovation, new solution for a better world. That's the theme of this year's International Day of the Forest. And for water, which is the 22nd of every March, according to the United Nations, the theme of this year is leveraging water for peace. What's your take of the themes of this year? Let's start with forest.
I personally
Are you excited about the theme?
yeah, because I think
Innovations, forest and innovations.
I think the themes are coming in the very right time, especially for Cameroon,
Wow.
because it's saying a lot of things. For example, the theme for the forest and innovation, new solutions for a better world. We all know lately our forests are almost going extinct, but I think the United Nations is saying something that we should be more we should concentrate more on the forest, because very soon we will not see them the way they are. And for that of water, when I looked at it, I was just marveled. Water for peace. Water for peace. It's saying a lot of things. I'm sure today is going to be very interesting. Very interesting, because we are going to focus more on the themes, and we see how first we can use water, and we can use water for peace, and we can use the forest to innovate the world, to make the world better. Thank you. We say you should stay tuned to your TV set. And for any questions, we are here right here at the studio waiting to answer. For any doubt, we are here for you.
Of course, the numbers are on the screen. Please, if you have a query, if you have an inquiry, or you have a question, or you have a reactions, please make do with the numbers on your screens. Ask any question. And of course, we are going to answer, or our special guest is going to give you just the answer that you need. Now, sir, before we go seriously into serious business, we are celebrating two beautiful days. Let's start with the forest. We understand that you've had a lot of projects in the forest, and this year's theme is forest and innovation, new solution for a better world. When you got this theme from the United Nations, what was your impressions like?
Yeah, my impression is positive because the world is advancing, technology is advancing, and we cannot continue to do things in the old ways. And the anti-environment people are also developing new technologies on how to destroy the environment. And so this theme for this year is emphasizing on advancement in technology. How can we use advancement in technology in order to maintain and conquer the evil forces? So that's how we think. And I also think the next day is the World Water Day, and it's important that these two themes work side by side, because without forests, there's no water. And so we need to bear in our minds that we cannot be celebrating the World Water Day when there's no forest. Wherever there's no tree, there will be no water. It's important that all of us should be able to put this into our heads, into our brains, that forests, ecosystems are the sources of supply of water.
All right, so now so many people are watching us, Marilyn.
Yes.
Seriously, they'll be like, International Day of the Forest. How did this come about? So there's International Day of the Woman, International Day of the Girl Child, now forest. Well, forest.
I'm
So
sure they want to
they
really
want
know
to
what
really
is it
know
about
what
the
is
forest.
What is it about the forest?
What importance is the forest to the world that they are making it national? And why are they focusing on the forest? I'm sure because we have an expert.
Yes.
He's going to tell us more
More
about
about
the
the
forest. What exactly is it about the forest that the United Nations is so concerned with until they can sort out a day that we should
To
celebrate it?
celebrate.
So we are happy we have an expert, so he's going to tell us more about that.
Yeah, would you like to say that the forest ecosystems, the forest health, without forest, all of us would be dead. Let us just know this. There's no negotiation. When the forest ecosystem is gone, you and I will be gone. It is this importance because the forest provides the medicine. I'm sure without doing any publicity, we know about Dr. Fru and many others. He has become well renowned because of the forest. All the research laboratories in the world, all, they depend on the forest. New concepts as defined by the Nagoya Protocol of 2010 shows that natural resources that are emanating from the forest ecosystems are all there for our human being well-being. Simply put, forest, no human being.
Wow.
And no forest, no water. So it is this importance, overriding importance, that has made the United Nations feel that they need to annually raise the awareness and make people understand that you cannot want to, they say, eat your cake and have it.
Yes.
If you want to be healthy, you need medicine.
Yeah.
Every day you can count how many billions of people are going to hospitals every day, either in the government, public hospitals or in traditional clinics or any other form of clinics. All of these are reusing the resources from the forest. Industry, every industry uses resources from the forest. So the entire world is dependent on forests.
Wow. The entire world is dependent on forests. I think now our viewers must have a little bite of what the forest is all about, or why the United Nations or the world is so much interested in forests. Now, Marilyn, we have a very short documentary about the forest, because I want you to enter, I want you to feel, I want you to come into the system of the forest before we start going into the classes of career that you can get out of forestry. Please join us, watch this short documentary, and we'll be right back.
Happy International Day of the Forest. Every year, March 21st is celebrated as the International Day of the Forest to raise awareness about the importance of forests and trees for biodiversity. Do you know that innovation is unlocking the forest's long-term secrets and allowing us to use trees in ways we never imagined possible? Forests provide food. Forests provide the air. Forests combat climate change. Forests provide life-saving medicines. And forests maintain ecological balance. Imagine a career that combines your passion for the environment with opportunity to make a lasting impact on the world. Have you considered a career in forestry where you can help protect, conserve, and manage our planet's valuable forest resources for future generations? Erudef University Forestry Department offers a variety of programs tailored to different aspects of forest management and conservation. These include forest engineering, nature management and protection, agroforestry and agroecology, and environmental education. Forests are a living thing like the human body. Together, let's save the forest.
All right, welcome back to the show. And if you're just tuning in, this is the Erudef University Institute. Thank you for watching that beautiful short video there. That was just to make you see the interest of the forest and make you see how you can get a career into forestry. Now, Marilyn, we have talked a little bit about forests. Now we want to talk a little bit about water, because as we are celebrating the forest, we are also celebrating water.
Yeah, and of course, the documentary was so beautiful, and it says forests provide water. So before we go to details into water for today, I want to ask the President CEO of the Erudef University Institute this question. Sir, with your permission, I would want you to tell us, as a conservationist and an environmental educator with lots of experience in environmental education, could you please tell us the correlation between water insecurity and deforestation? And how can we combat it, one, as an institute, and two, as a community?
Water insecurity and deforestation. Water specialists globally are using these terms: water stress regions, water stress economies. And most of these, if not all, water stress regions are located in those landscapes where there has been total deforestation. So if there's no deforestation, they will not, at the green infrastructure level. Green infrastructure here will refer to mean watersheds, riparian forest. If there's no deforestation, there will be no water stress. Cameroon, paradoxically, full of water, yet has currently been described as a water stressed country. Water everywhere, but no water to drink. The demand of water in Cameroon has surpassed billions of tons. Yet, we have water cutting across all the major geographical landscapes. Mount Cameroon, Mount Bamutus, Adamawa Plateau, Mandara Mountains, etc. And we are building dams every day. But yet, there's a water crisis in every single town of Cameroon. It's a clear example of deforestation and absence of water. Unfortunately, the politicians and policymakers are putting very little emphasis at the green infrastructure level, at the watershed level, and they continue to build water tanks, reservoirs. I do guarantee you that in the next 2 decades, even these same reservoirs will be dry off, because deforestation is a very strong correlation to water supply. Where there's intensive deforestation.
Okay, from a great researcher, he has given us some results of his research that Cameroon is one of the countries suffering from water shortage and is described as a water scarce country in Africa. So, sir, we'll still come back to another question. So, what do you think we can do to combat this situation? Per your explanation, it is well known and it is clearly seen with all evidence that on the road just to fetch water, that tells us a lot. Douala it's same, Yaoundé it's same. So what do you think we can do as a community to combat this situation?
Yeah, thank you once more. If we're looking at what we can do, we need to take drastic decisions. And to take drastic decisions is not about scientists, it's not about technicians, experts, it's about politicians and policymakers. First, we need to decree all watersheds ban from human investments. It's going to be a drastic decision that may cause plenty of trouble, but if we really want to get, if I come down to the local level in Boya, if you need to have water in Boya, we need to destroy all the houses behind the Parliamentarian flat. We need to destroy all the houses along the Ndongo stream. We need to destroy all the houses around and up summit around Bitingi areas. We need drastic decisions in order to save the future generations. It's reached there. It has reached at this point, and we think so it's not an issue for technicians. It's not an issue only for Erudef University Institute. The Erudef University Institute will provide technical feasible solutions, but for these to be implemented, we need politicians, we need policymakers, we need everybody to be engaged to understand that without our total commitment, we will never get out of this whole problem of water crisis.
I think that
it's like it's a risk-taking measure, and we should be able to measure the risks now and for the future.
Yeah.
So, food for thought: should we actually destroy the houses around our watersheds to help us have a constant supply of adequate water for the community now and in the future? Give example.
Give example. The industries we want to emerge by 2035. All industries in Yaoundé, Boya, Douala, Ngaoundé, they need water.
Yeah, everybody needs.
All industries basically depend on water. And where are you going to get the water? This same industry, we have forestry engineering, we have nature management and protection, which has to do with ecosystem restoration. We have wood sciences, wood technology, and processing. And I talked a little while about the green infrastructure, which has to do with watershed forestry management. And when we get to water management programs, we are looking at the hydrological systems. We are looking at water science sustainability in communities. We are looking at plumbing, engineering. We are looking at green infrastructure. We're also looking at waste management technology. Because water is becoming very scarce, we do think that every little drop of water should be well managed. Even the ones coming from petrol stations, from toilets, from all this, will all be managed through this new technology that we are dumping under the wastewater management technology, so that no single drop of water is useless. Beyond that, we talked a little bit about technology. We are also looking at the GIS and remote sensing, the programs, leader science, AI in forestry sciences, rainforest connection apps. We have organizations that have developed more advanced technological apps that we can sit in offices and monitor how forest exploitation and management is going out throughout the world. So we have these new applications that are in in place at the Erudef University Institute, and I think we are the leader in this in Central Africa and beyond. It's rare to find an institute, a university that has this technology in place. We are cooperating with a large number of global partners to build this recent and modern infrastructure that permits us to sit wherever we sit to monitor things happening in every piece of landscape. This is very important because we don't have the human resources to deploy going on. We could see what's happening in the north, in the south, in South Africa, and then we could engage policymakers. Of course, policymakers have to be trained in this same technology, so they should also understand what it takes for us and other collaborators and other scientists to decide to provide real-time information. What's important before, when for information to get to policymakers may take a year, may take 2 years, but with these recent advances in technology, what happens in the forest today can be communicated to the office of the minister the next day. This is very, very important, so the minister takes timely decisions. Yeah, thank you.
Well, those are exciting courses there offered by the Erudef University Institute. Now the truth is, sir, we know of the popular normal career paths that many young people following today. We talk about dancing, maybe marketing, management. So when you begin to talk about things like forestry, water management, it sounds strange. And somebody who will want to venture in such a career will be asking the question, but if I want to even have a maybe dream or dare into having a career as maybe as a forest conservationist or as a water management, how do I go about it? What should be my course? Is it only for university graduates, or is it only for advanced level, or is it just for those who have maybe a scientist background? How is a journey like into enrolling into one of those courses, sir, for a beginner?
The journey is exciting. I want first to say that careers in forestry, in water, and other accessory environmental programs are rewarding once you get to the top. They are excellently rewarding. What people fail to understand, and why people are going into careers like health, because they quickly cross the borders into America, Europe, and pick, I'll call them suffering jobs. Suffering jobs, because that is not your passion. That is not what you planned for. And your vision is blurred. All you are trying to do is what? I want to run after money. At the Erudef Institute, we are training people in such a way that money should run after them. You have the skills, the capacity, the vision, and you have the processes that take you to create money. And then you sit on your table and you see resource funding coming into play. All is about money, funds. And so for you, we have created a system such that from O level, you can get enrolled into the institute to reach a diploma course in forestry, in water, in all the programs that we offer. And after O level, after the diploma course, you can proceed to enroll into the undergraduate programs to reach a degree program in any of these programs, 2 advanced levels or baccalaureate papers. It doesn't bother whether you are a science person or not. You can be coming from history, and you are going to read the natural history. People don't understand that there exists a course called natural history. It's rewarding. People who work in World museum, natural history museums are people who have specialized in natural history. You come from literature, you come from English language, you can work in communication. We think you have gone to the school of journalism. No, we can train you to move along the line from literature, English language, to become an environmental communicator. And why not environmental scientists? We have a lot of people. I think we'll be starting from April to start running career seminars for people to come into the Erudef University Center Institute, our career center program, and you see where people started and where they're ending. You must not necessarily say I need to have an advanced level in biology, advanced level in chemistry, advanced level in forestry before you become an environmentalist. It's all the fields, even law. We just been talking about policies. We need people who are going to specialize in environmental law, environmental policy, because without them understanding policy on the environment, they cannot advocate. They cannot push forward for programs, for changes, for laws to come into play. So basically saying, we begin at the diploma and we grow. We meet people having advanced level, we meet people having the master's first degrees, because we need to train the next generation of researchers, scientists, who can provide accurate and up-to-date data to government, to global bodies that need this information. Just to let you know that at the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, IUCN, every year, 1 to 3 years, there's a complete reassessment of species worldwide. A complete reassessment. And to create what's called a red data book. A red data book is the book that contains species that are gradually getting extinct from the Earth's surface. We need a whole bunch of scientists from different policy perspective, biological perspective, historical perspective, to build this database. The job is great, and the scientists and the technicians we need are very few. So the job market is wide open. You simply need to be mentored in the right way, in the right school, and following the right path. And it's no reason why the Erudef University is also being referred to as a mentor university, mentorship university. We mentor you. We don't teach you. We mold you into your career. Yeah.
Wow. I think it's really a place to be.
Of course,
because
it is,
a place to be should not only be that place where you see the best hairstyles, the best outfits, the best English-speaking people, but a place where you see your future. You can envisage what your future will look like. I think that's exactly what the Erudef University Institute is all about. Don't you think so?
I actually think so. I think so, because I see them trying to bring out the best in you, and they actually want to see you from your passion and what you want to become in life, not from what the masses are doing. With their approach, I think it is a wonderful institute to enroll in. Like I used to say, if I had the option to retake a bachelor's degree, I would really run to the Erudef University Institute. But it's never too late, because masters, PhD, Erudef University Institute is open for every level of education. Please just pass around, and then you pick some career orientations for you to better understand the kind of career you want to enroll in.
Yeah, and of course the doors are always open to attend to you. And please, the numbers are on your screen, and if you have any questions, like somebody just sent me an inquiry, if you have a text message or question, if you want to find out something from about the institution, just send us a text message on the screens, and of course we are going to respond to you immediately. Now, this person says, my name is Miriam. I'm writing from, is it Limbe or something? She says, please sir, I love to have a career in environmental journalism, but I don't know how to go about it. I'm writing my advanced level this year. Can you please drill me on the particular subjects I'm supposed to go, or because presently I am an art student studying literature, philosophy, and history. Please, can this enable me become an environmental journalist? I think that's what the person is asking.
Miriam.
Yeah.
Miriam.
Yes, Miriam.
The answer is slightly no, but what we are trying to say here is that I said a while ago, you must not be a science-oriented person in order to become an environmental journalist. For you to become an environmental journalist, you need to specialize if you're in the life sciences, natural sciences, and then you integrate and mainstream journalistic principles and models
Exactly.
into the specialization you are doing. I have just been reviewing a very elaborate program on environmental journalism in Eastern Africa, and unfortunately, it was managed by departments of people who are not environmental oriented. And it was a very heavily funded program, and it was scrapped because, yes, managed by the Makerere University and a couple of other universities in East Africa, but those who managed the program were not experts in the field of environmental sciences, environmental conservation, forestry, etc., climate change. And the donors made a thorough review. For this program to continue being funded, you need to bring in technical experts. And this is where you, as a young person wanting to engage in journalism, it's a two pathway. You come into the institute and you're going to learn directly the technical issues, while at the same time we're mainstreaming journalistic principles, models, and policies into it. And you, once in 3 to 5 years, you're going to emerge as one of the rare environmental journalists in the place.
Okay, so in other words, you're not discouraging her. It means if she gets her advanced level, she can still enroll into a university and take some other course.
Yes, you come straight to the Erudef University
Okay.
Institute and take the courses in environmental conservation. Whether it be them in forestry, be them in water, be them in wildlife, life sciences. All of these are going to be taught here, and then of course we're looking at we'll be inviting professors in journalism who will be additional support to build the journalistic science into the programs.
I think that's well understood.
Yes, that was very explicit.
Very
I think
explicit.
in a well summarized way, we are saying that she can apply at the Erudef University Institute, and it's a two-way kind of training where Erudef is focused on giving you the technical skills in journalism, that's environmental journalism, and you're going to be assigned a mentor at the theoretical part, that's the theory, the theory and principles of journalism. So it is very possible for you to enroll in the Erudef University Institute, and your background has no issues, so you're on the right track.
You are on the right track. Listen, want to say something?
Just to say that we are starting a training fellowship for environmental journalists that started already this month of March, and it's a 9-month program, and people from every field and could come in, especially those who already have a degree in journalism. We are going to spend the 9-10 months drilling them in what environmental conservation, environmental management, so and building other skills into them. So I think we will be happy to invite her to our career seminar so that she can, like many others, learn more on how to forge a pathway.
Okay, just a brief reminder that on the 30th of March we will be hosting a workshop and a seminar on the environmental career paths, and we'll be launching a quiz for the winners to partake, for participants to partake on the World Forest Day and that of water as well. So we are saying that on the 30th you pass at the Erudef University Institute as at 10 a.m. in the morning. 30th of March.
30th of March.
10 a.m. at the Erudef University
10 a.m.
Institute. We will be hosting a workshop and a quiz. Be the first to win a prize with us on the environmental days that we celebrate. It is going to be a wonderful surprise for you, and just come and get a lot on environmental career.
This workshop, who is invited? Everybody from one to opposite, or who are your target invitees? So that we don't come where we are not invited.
This is just for the high school students,
Okay,
opposite students who are interested in environmental careers. So all of you are invited, and we hope to see you.
All right, we hope to see you, and we are all invited. Now, viewers, we want to take a little break. Please, when we come back, a lot for you. Please don't move it down. We'll be right back. Welcome back, dear viewers. And if you're just tuning in, this is Erudef University Forum, and of course, it's been so interesting so far. Our topic for today is resolving water insecurity and deforestation in Cameroon. And before we went on that little break, we were actually understanding and taking a close look on the beautiful and exciting courses that are offered at the Erudef University Institute. And of course, we did have a wonderful text from our sister there, Miriam. And of course, we hope that your question was answered. Now, I just want to ask this little question to the CEO and the founder of Erudef University Institute. So we understand that we are living in a world where skills is what makes you stand out. You know, I can come for an interview, and maybe two of us, maybe the other person is a master's degree and the other person is a degree, and maybe the person with the degree stands out because of the skills. Now, I want to ask this question from your institution. What skills and knowledge do students gain from these courses that prepare them for career in forestry and water management?
Just a while ago, I was talking about advances in technology. These are very rare. The students, for instance, who come from Chang or Yaoundé University in studying GIS and motor sensing, they are only limited to that. They are not coming, they don't know forestry, they don't know biology, they don't know this. They have to go back to school to read again, to get a new degree. But here, what we're trying to do at the Erudef University Institute is we run a holistic and integrated model of training. That means we give you all the skills that you need to start on day one that you are graduating. And top of all of this, we have great engineers, we have great scientists, we have that are being produced across the Cameroon university system. But they lack one thing. They don't have the money to start. Right up to PhD graduates.
Big issue.
They up to PhD graduates, they still graduate and sit and wait for Mr. Paul Bier to give them jobs because they cannot write grants. They cannot raise money to run projects. The whole concept of employment is about fundraising. And you have all the technology, but they don't have the money to invest. You have all the sense, you don't have the money to invest. That is the greatest limiting factor, and that limiting factor is being broken down into pieces at the Erudef University Institute. You graduate money, and you start your next day employment.
That makes life really easy.
If you choose not to become an entrepreneur, you can now negotiate your job at the global competitive rate because your employer knows you can bring in money. But if you come and say, I am a PhD graduate, I'm the best chemist, and ask how much can you bring in? You say, no, sir, I don't even know what you mean by that. You have watered all what you said you know to the zero level. and they will begin to negotiate you as any other person. So it's important, and that is what makes Erudef University Institute unique across the Africa continent. We are still young and emerging, but we want to build as a model, and we want other universities, other countries to copy this. Give the graduate their financial resources to start. Don't give them cash. Let them train them how to get the cash. Train them how to bring in the money to run the projects. Train them how to build the projects. Train them how to reach out to where they can get the funding and to start. Do not say, come and take 30 million. No, that is a wrong concept. Because once we give him or her the next 100 million, one is done, there's no more money. And the project or the enterprise is going to close. That's why here we're talking about mentorship. We pick you, build you, mold you, and by the time you leave, you have both a technical capacity, scientific capacity, fundraising capacity, and the grants are lying from you to start running your own enterprise.
That sounds very, very, very interesting and exciting. This tells us that in Erudef University Institute, you are exposed to a lot of opportunities out there where you can, if you want to further your career, or if you want to get an international job, or you want to raise funds, maybe to fund a particular project, I think they are there to help you, to see you through this path. What do you think so?
Of course, and of course, it shows that they start molding you from conception till the product is produced. It means you have all the skills required to produce a product. Not just having the concept, but you have the concept to get involved in the process of production and till the product is produced. That is a wonderful one. It's really an outstanding university with some outstanding qualities and skills, and we wish all of our universities out there can really pick up this model so that there are a lot of graduates out there will not sit back after graduation and wait for jobs. I think, of course, the government can never produce jobs to the number of graduates who graduate yearly, but if we have these skills, it's a complete, integrated, sustainable individual model that I see it to be very, very important. If all our universities can buy this model, then I could say, or I might be tempted to say, in the next 5 years to come, unemployment is going to be solved.
Yeah, of course, unemployment is really going to be solved. And if you're just tuning in the numbers on your screen, we have some minutes to go, but feel free to send us your worries, your questions, or maybe you have anything to find out about the institution. Please feel free to use the numbers on your screen and send us a text message. I'll be right there to listen to you. All right, now we still continue. We have just a few minutes to go, and we said earlier that we are talking about we are actually celebrating 2 days today at the Erudef University Institute. We're talking about forests and water for peace. Now, sir, in your institution, we understand that you have some wonderful, exciting courses that has to do with water management. Looking at our country, let me take Cameroon, because we are in Cameroon. Do you think that if a student want to venture into maybe a career in water management, is there a future? I mean, what are the opportunities for that students who want to venture into studying such a course like water management?
Here the job opportunities are abound because of climatic variations. Water supply is no longer as much as we can imagine. So mean that we need water scientists, water engineers, irrigation engineers. We need to start practicing. For those of us who have been to the Negev Desert in Israel, is a desert, is a country that practices the greatest technology in terms of drip irrigation. Someday, already in the southern parts of this country, we should think about drip irrigation. And I think opportunities are abound. Communities will begin to take control of their own water management processes. We have a couple of communities that are managing their own community water. But we are imagining a world where in the next 20 years, Cameroon will be fractionated into communities managing their water resources. And we imagine that you start seeing the importance of water engineers, water specialists, and of course, opportunities are globally also available for these people who can go higher into a degree level of first degree, master degree level in specialization. And why not PhD? How many of PhD graduates are available in our universities in terms of hydrology, in terms of specialist water course programs? Green infrastructure engineering, we don't have a single specialist in Cameroon. We don't have. Water sustainability systems engineers, we don't have. And I think the opportunities are great once you grow higher into the field. And I just want to say, it's not just about water, it's not just about forestry. All other programs that we are building, there are global markets available. You don't need to change into health, into human resources, into accounting. All of these things, we are putting them into one whole product. You learn accounting, finance, human resources, administration, everything into one single product to prepare you for the global competitive market. Because tomorrow, it will not be an issue of, I am a human resource specialist. They will not need you. They need to see you being a specialist at the same time in finance, specialist in strategic planning, specialist in program development, programming, all in one. This is the world where we're moving to. Not a world where I'm a specialist in accounting, I'm a specialist in history. No. And this where Erudef University Institute is again piloting holistic programs that consider the new global market that is competitive. And once it's competitive, it's also enriching with decent salaries.
Yeah. I think that is really, really, really exciting. And viewers, I don't know what you were thinking, but I think Erudef University Institute has come to answer many questions that we've been asking ourselves. When you talk about fundraising, some of us are hearing this for the very first time because you grew up, you went to school, you were depending on your mom, your dad, graduated from university, and you are still depending on them to give you money and that. And your society too is looking up to you. Now, sir, we are talking about water stress. We live in Buea, we live in Cameroon. We are living in a country where we really have issues with water. Cameroon is really water stressed. And I think coming to an institution like Erudef University Institute, if you have a dream, maybe to solve that problem of water insecurity in your community, why don't you come to this institution where you will be schooled, you will be mentored on what particular course you can take, and maybe tomorrow you can solve a problem. So is it not possible for me to enroll into your university and tomorrow I write a very big, huge project of solving the issue of water insecurity in my community?
Of course, that's just what we're training. We train conceptors, developers, and entrepreneurs. Wow. And I think the Buea water crisis is going to be one of the major projects of the Erudef University Institute. In the next 5 to 10 years, we need to provide a comprehensive solution to it. It's going to take a little bit of time to conceive, to put into place issues. We also have to deal with politicians. We also have to deal with policymakers, because you can't just jump into space and want to practice what you want.
Okay, all right.
But I do think in the next 10 years, Erudef University Institute should be providing a comprehensive solution to the water crisis in Buea. You will imagine in 2013, when we are celebrating the cinquantenaire, 4 billion CFA francs was injected to solve the water crisis. 2024, every single street in Buea, we find women, children, students struggling with buckets to carry water. Where is the 4 billion that was invested? And of course, well after that, we also have other hundreds of millions that have come into place. That means money is being directed to the wrong sources.
I think that's another food for thought for us to take.
Of course, that's another food for thought, because I did a quick sample from my house to here, leaving my house to here. I think I saw about each street having a tap to produce water, but none of those taps are flowing. So that could be where the money went to. So we can't say, but we are saying that at the Erudef University Institute, we will be teaching you how to lavish water for peace. So we really have some food for thought. Maybe the politicians, maybe the communities will tell us where those money went to, but because we can actually see where water should come out, but water is not coming out. So we don't know we don't know what to say as far as that is concerned.
We will not go to the past. We're not going to the past.
Yeah.
We're not going to say where's the money going to. It's a party which the Area Investment Institute wants to come into play and partner with the Boya municipality.
All right.
And in the next 10 years, we will have all the water that they need.
Of course, but nevertheless, we understand that the urbanization is occurring and deforestation is taking place, so water supply is supposed to drop. That means even if we put 100 taps and we don't promote afforestation, water is always going to drop. So we should bear in mind that in as much as we are trying to increase water supply across communities, we should also be intentional to keep a constant water supply to the communities and to the sources of water. Without that, I think we are just doing a kind of turn, which is not complementary. So keeping a constant water supply from the sources will guarantee an equity in water supply to every community.
So
I want to say that it's not just about the Boya municipality that the Area Investment Institute wants to invest. We are looking at a global, nationwide water crisis model, which the Area Investment Institute wants to invest. And I'm happy to announce here that the Erudef University Institute is taking the lead stage in Central Africa for the conservation, developing a new model to conserve freshwater systems in Central Africa. So we are inviting municipalities, and we will be talking with the Ministry of Water Resources and Energy, and looking forward to this kind of a beautiful partnership that we want to offer our scarce and rare resources to help the country.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Dear viewers, we are almost come to the end of the show, and I want to believe that it's been exciting. But before we go, Madam Marilyn, maybe you have some last words for our viewers, or maybe you want to send the words back to the CEO of Erudef University Institute, or you want to give it to our viewers, please.
No.
Can you just say a word?
Our viewers, we are saying that at the Erudef University Institute, you should partner with us, or you should get engaged with us. You should enroll in the Erudef University Institute so that we can secure the supply of water in our country, and so that we can also lavish water, so that we'll live in a peaceful environment. In as much as we want to live in a safe environment that is comfortable, we should also be able to know that making the environment safe and comfortable will also be comfortable for us. Stay tuned. We say we'll see you next week, and we are always pleased to have you around. Thank you so much.
You're already closing the show when the CEO has not given his last word.
Okay.
But that's exciting. That makes it beautiful. Please, Mr. CEO,
Yeah,
say to our viewers.
I want to say that we are inviting the parents, stakeholders alike, students, come this Friday at the Erudef University campus for the celebration of the World Water Day. That will concurrently also include the celebration of the International Day of Forest. Invited, and we're inviting you also to think about Erudef University as your next destination in terms of training of the best graduates, technicians, scientists, researchers, policy makers in the field of forestry engineering and water resources management.
I think the date is 30th of March.
No.
30th of March, time 10 a.m. Who is invited? Everybody. Students, lower said opposite. If you have interest in environmental studies or forestry or water management, please do come, or you can call the numbers on your screen if you miss your way. Thank you very much we have come to the end of this episode of the show. I want to say a big thank you to our best CEO of the Conservationist in Central Africa. Thank you very much, sir. We are excited to have you. We heard a lot, we've learned a lot, and we are hoping to do a lot through your mentorship. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.
And I want to say a big thank you to my co-host, beautiful Marilyn. Thank you for being there. It was exciting. And viewers, we want to say this program comes up every Mondays, 5 p.m. Please, it's a free and relaxed program. If you have any question, or if you have anything, please don't do call or text us and we will respond to you. I want to say a big thank you to the management of ITV for broadcasting the program. My name is Favor. Have a wonderful time on programs of ITV. God bless. Ciao, ciao.